Good morning. This is not going to be one of my favorite videos to do. The title is Dealing with Oppt Contrarians. This was one of a few comments from the same person following yesterday's video. Quote, "By recognizing the system and working within its laws, you are still chained to it." End quote. This individual continued day after day criticizing the OPPT, which is the One People's Public Trust, without offering any solutions to the situation in which we find ourselves as human beings on Earth. I finally blocked her. I'm so tired of this insanity, and if people wish to unfriend me or unsubscribe, so be it. I'm going to live in integrity to my heart as best I can, and I will be quicker to block the contrarians that seem only to want argument. That hurts a lot, since I feel such behavior does not move us forward in our evolutionary awakening. It also hurts to have to block people, but I will not allow my energy to be drained by those that only criticize day after day. That may be the mark of a troll who likely has hidden motivations. I could be wrong, but this is how I see it. This past weekend was a workshop weekend, and Sunday is the day when we fill people up with love. And it's normal to come out of the workshop on a high. An emotional high because of the abundance of love that's been shared throughout the day. I left the workshop and I came home to the worst thread of from any video that I think I've ever done. I mean, there was such negative energy being spewed forth by people that haven't a clue what the OPPT is about. There's nothing to join. It's not an organization. There's nothing to sign. There's nothing to give your power away to. It's a declaration. And yes, it's a declaration written in the language of the system that we've been in, using the system to self-destruct the system. And that's breaking the chains, removing the shackles. For those of you that buy into all the lies and lies and lies and lies upon lies about the OPPT, get over it. I'm not going to go onto your wall and invade your space if I disagree with you, and I'm not going to keep arguing with you trying to get you to see something else. And I'm asking you to stay the hell off of mine. If you don't have something constructive to say, or if you don't have a genuine concern and a genuine question, shut the hell up. And I mean that. I have to protect my space, my heart. I came out of that workshop feeling love. And within an hour to an hour and a half of reading through all the comments, I was down in the dumps, and I still have a broken heart from having to block people because that's not my intent. And I've meditated a lot on this. I've been awake since 1:30, and I didn't go to bed till 10:45. I love people. And I want everybody, listen to me, everybody to be free. But the truth of the matter is that I have to face myself, is that some people don't want to be free. And some of these people, I think, are just plants that stay in there and harp day after day after day, attacking, criticizing. I'm sorry. Whether you're I don't know everybody's heart. I can't see what's going on in everybody's soul and in everybody's life. And I don't know what people's motivations are. But it feels to me like at least some people have an axe to grind. And I know there's a lot of people that don't want the system that we've known to come down because they've profited handsomely from it. And I'm against profit at somebody else's expense. That's not something that I think serves the highest good. If you disagree, go somewhere else and spread your disagreement. If you have an honest question, ask. But don't argue with me. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to present what I feel is the truth and to be as genuine and authentic as I can. And I'm being genuine and authentic right now. Am I angry? Yes, I'm angry that I have to live in a world where people choose to hurt other people and to hurt themselves. I'm angry about that. I wish nobody would choose that, because the world could be so nice if we would all agree to at least get along with each other without arguing all the time, without being in your face. I'm a Libra. I don't like that in-your-face confrontation crap. I don't like that. I don't like that on a personal level. And I don't want to invite people into my home and into my space to argue with me. That's not where I come from. And it's not about trying to get everybody to agree with me. Most of my friends, for God's sake, don't get what I'm saying when I start talking about the political aspects. Most of my friends, most of them don't agree with me on that. But we're still friends. I don't have to agree with them 100% to be their friend. But they don't argue with me all the time either. Because if they did, they wouldn't continue to be in my circle. Because that's not where I'm coming from. And I want you to get that. The OPPT is merely a declaration. That's all it is. It's a declaration of who we are. We are wealthy beyond measure. We have been abused and involved in the human slave trade without our consent, without our knowledge. We have been totally ignorant, and it's a declaration of how the world has been working. And if you're unwilling to see that and you want to make it about something else, go somewhere else and make it about something else. Unfriend me. Unsubscribe from my channel. I don't care. I don't care. I want to build an energy of transformation, an energy of acceptance, but I have to allow, and this was painful for me this morning, I have to allow the possibility that there might be a separation coming from the people that want to love and want to serve the highest good and want to serve humanity. And the people that don't, let them go back into their world and play this evolution game for the next cycle. Because this cycle, I think, is at its conclusion. That's what I feel. And it's time that we make the earth a place of peace. And it's not going to happen with these people holding on to these ideas and thinking it's their job to argue and prove everybody else wrong. That doesn't mean that we don't stand up for what we believe in. You're very much invited to start your own YouTube videos and start making your videos if you have a different point of view than me. Spread it. See what attracts to it. See what doesn't attract to it. But you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm not going to get on your page, and I'm not going to be attacking you and arguing with you and finding fault with everything you're doing. If you're living in integrity to your own heart, live in integrity to your own heart. You don't need to convince anybody else that they're wrong. Those that like your message will gravitate toward it. Those that don't like it can turn the channel. And that's the way it's supposed to be. That's freedom. I'm tired of living in a world where people think they have the right to invade other people's space and to challenge them. We live in a culture of government and a system that is total fraud, total corruption, total corruption. Does that mean there's no good people in the system? No, it doesn't mean that. Does that mean there are no good values in the system? There certainly are. There certainly are. That's why the OPPT can take something within the system and say, the system's broke, it's not in integrity, and call it on its crap. Now, is everybody in the system going to get it? Obviously not. Is everybody going to like it? Definitely not. Because the system is broken and it's coming down. And there may be coming a huge separation. It's not my job to separate people, but it is my job to protect my heart, to protect my energy, and not let myself get drained by people that choose to lie or choose to believe lies about the OPPT or about any other thing, Thrive or any other thing. I'm not into your arguments. I've not seen one good argument yet against the OPPT. Not one thing that invalidates the OPPT. Not one thing. I've not heard, read, or I know of nothing that can counteract it and contradict it with any validity. And I'm tired of people thinking the New Age damnable belief that if you don't recognize something, it's going to go away. If you don't acknowledge it, if you don't acknowledge your shadow, it's going to go away. That's total bunk. It doesn't work that way. I've never seen it work that way. I don't believe it can work that way. If you do believe it, start your thing and prove it. And if the energy builds and it's a positive energy, people that are in alignment with it will be drawn to it. But why the hell do you want to come and just attack? Why does anybody come from that space with a good intention? With a good intention. I can't imagine a good intention when all you're doing is being critical. I can't imagine that. So I'm inviting you. Unfriend me if you don't like what I'm saying. Turn the channel. Unsubscribe. I'm inviting you to do it. Because I don't want to put up with your arguments. It's not my job to defend anything. I'm simply declaring with as much integrity and as much love in my heart as I know how to. I'm declaring what I see and what I feel, and I'm sharing what I've experienced, truthfully, as honestly and truthfully as I know how to. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's okay. But I'm not gonna put up with your crap if you're gonna sit there and argue all the time. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm gonna be much quicker to block people. Much quicker than I've ever been. I ended up blocking 4 people yesterday. 4. I don't know that I've blocked many more than that the whole time I've been doing the videos. Since January 2011. I may not have blocked more than 4 or 5 people the entire time. And I did 4 yesterday, just in one day. 4. I did 3 and then I added another one later on to make it 4. Just not going to take it anymore. I want to love, and I love you. That doesn't mean I have to agree with you, and it doesn't mean that you have to agree with me. But I'm demanding your respect. And if you don't give it, you're gone. I'm not going to let you in my space. That's the way it is. Thank you for listening. Namaste.